Hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys for joining me. And thank you to everybody on the replay for watching. I thought we would watch a little something different tonight. We tried an OBS. I even did testing today and the testing worked, and then nothing. It crapped out on me at like 6 minutes. I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't know why I can't make it work. So we're back in StreamYard yet again. So, with that being said, we are going to watch some To Catch a Predator tonight. I was going to do like a disaster show, but I thought with coloring and such, I don't know if a disaster show is such a great idea. So let's do To Catch a Predator for now, because it's always good for a laugh. Or I certainly enjoy always getting a laugh. I got these episodes from other people who re-uploaded them from MSNBC, I suppose. So I'm hoping they'll be okay and I won't get any strikes, but I guess we'll find out what happens, won't we? So this first one that we're going to watch is from, I believe, Folsom, Georgia. It's like their third maybe investigation, something like that. Do you guys like To Catch a Predator? Is it something you guys used to watch when it was on TV? It used to be one of my favorite shows, because I always thought it was funny. And here we go.
So she wanted it.
That's what it seemed like to me.
This time, we travel to rural Georgia to investigate.
What positions have you tried?
And the men just keep on coming. Among them, the religious.
And I should say, trigger warning, some of the stuff can get kind of graphic, but of course it was aired on MSNBC, so things shouldn't be too bad.
Young and inexperienced.
What was your plan here today?
I've been in a struggle myself with what I want to do because I'm still a virgin.
And one who fought for his country.
You've been to Iraq?
Yes, sir.
You were expected to uphold a certain level of behavior.
Yes, sir. I would do it for no one, sir. I swear.
Why should I believe that?
This is Predator Raw. Georgia was unique, not only because of the location, we were kind of out in a rural area, but also because on the law enforcement side of the investigation, you had a task force, which was kind of the first time we saw local and federal law enforcement working together.
Update on Scooby. He's at exit 25 on I-185. So this is Scooby-Doo.
You ask me, they should have been working together all along, but I'm glad they finally did.
Coming for Ivy. Definitely the black wig.
Emily is back for our Georgia investigation, a college student who looks a lot younger than she is. She has now got experience that she didn't have before, and she's become very skilled at being our on-site decoy.
All right, guys, I'm ready to go.
This is what he looks like.
Oh, okay.
There's the big picture, Scoop.
All right.
You look like that.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo 01, what a name.
Is my mic on? It's red. I don't know if that means low battery or what.
Nothing red means. I hear you.
Check 1, 2.
Yes, Frag?
Here we go. Emily, get ready. Slow. Spin the camera. Oh, that was him, wasn't it?
When you get into a rural area,
It sucks that they had to stop the show because of what happened when they caught that DA and he shot himself before they could actually get in. And that's why they had to cancel the show, because he was an assistant DA and he committed suicide because of the show.
obviously the challenge is, in many cases, the potential predator actually find a house.
There he is. Yay. All right, Emmy, he's coming in.
Awesome. I'm ready.
He's getting out of the car. He's walking up the. Yeah, you can open the door.
Hey!
Hey.
Took you a while to get here.
Yeah, well, it's only taking a good direction to where they live.
I'm just taking stuff out of the dryer. It'll take a second.
Red flag number one.
I made you some sweet tea. Why did you do something to keep you awake? You can take sweet. I just
like a roster sheet.
Say what?
Sound like a roster sheet. I got a roster sheet in my house.
Coulson, or Scooby-Doo, walks in and is very comfortable as he comes into the house, even talking about how goofed up her directions were. You know, if somebody could give better directions, I'd have been here sooner. And he jokes, and you know, then I come out, and the situation's not so funny anymore.
Yeah,
You have a hard
figure out
time
what
finding the
you're funny
place,
right
or
now.
why don't you have a seat right over there? I'm good, thank you.
And by the way, I know this picture looks like crap right now. The marker is just a base layer. We're going to do colored pencil over the top, just so you know. It's not going to look like crap in the end, I hope.
How you doing?
You got lost, huh?
Yeah, who are you?
Yeah. Well, who are you?
I'm Dennis.
Yeah, who are you?
Dennis,
You're in
why
my
don't you have a
house.
seat, Dennis?
Yeah,
Do me a favor.
What's going on?
What made you get in a car on a Saturday night this late and drive an hour and a half to come to this house?
I don't know, I was just bored and hang out.
Just bored.
Yeah, that's it.
Bored and wanted to hang out.
Yes, sir.
So how did you meet this girl?
On the internet.
On the internet.
Yeah.
And what did you guys talk about?
Just a lot of different things that I shouldn't have been talking about.
Give me an example.
Ask her if she's a virgin.
And why would you ask that question of a 15-year-old girl?
I don't know. I'm sorry. I apologize. But I really did not have any plans to do anything tonight. And I did not have any plans of doing anything at all tonight.
Did you bring condoms?
No, sir. I have condoms in my car.
You had, well, then, so you did bring condoms.
Yes, but I'm not buying.
So the answer to that question would be what?
Sorry, guys.
You brought
I don't
condoms.
feel like coloring
For
right
my,
now.
I mean, I have it for safety.
For what?
My mood's
For
not-
airbags in the car in case you get in a crash?
Yeah, exactly. For airbags. I know it's for if I don't fulfill them, and have sex with them.
For airbags in the car. That was a good one, Chris.
Yeah.
Then you say, so do you ever masturbate?
Oh, no.
To a 15-year-old girl?
Who
What
says that
positions
to a
have you tried?
15-year-old?
Hang on one second.
I'm just expressing myself. I'm not doing anything.
He doesn't want to hang on.
What
Wants to
positions
run
have you
away.
tried?
What I don't understand is why these men don't run away. It's a man in a suit. It's obviously like law enforcement or a detective or her father. Why don't these men just run?
Oh, God, I'm an idiot.
You know how to ride? You like doggy? And then you ask,
Oh, God, stop. Okay.
just
Okay,
one
I
more.
understand what you're saying.
You say,
I understand what
you
you're
ask
saying.
if you delete all those IMs when you're done. I'd hate to have your mom get nosy. I think it finally hits him that, you know, my God, I'm caught here. You know, there's no way out of this now. And he's pacing and calling himself stupid and questioning why he did it.
Okay, look, just put this down and just explain what's going to happen tonight. I'm going to jail. That's what I'm asking.
I am not in charge of whether or not you go to jail, but here's what I can tell you, Scooby-Doo.
You don't have to call me Scooby. You call me Dennis Colson.
I'm Chris.
I love that he uses their names, like their stage names or their handles. So funny.
Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story
Okay.
on guys, men trying to meet teens on the internet. Now, you are obviously free to walk out of this house, but if there's anything else you'd like to tell us about what went on here tonight and what you did on the internet, we'd like to hear it.
It was stupid. I'm a stupid man. I mean, I do apologize. It's a very stupid thing for me to do, but I really did have no plans of doing anything tonight at all. I just want to hang out. That was it. And that was something. I had no plans. I'm not.
Now, Harris
So not having any plans means you go to meet up with a 15-year-old girl.
County Sheriff's Department was set up in like a playroom or game room next to our house. By the time he got ready to go, the Harris County Sheriff's Department and the rest of the task force agents were in position to make the arrest.
On the ground! Get down on the ground now! Get on the ground now! Get on the ground! Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
I love when they arrest them. It's so good.
God, don't take me to jail.
Thank you.
What's up, man? How you doing? Doing pretty good? I just can't talk, huh? Yeah, sit there with a straight face. That'd be hard sometimes. Filming people in this situation, yeah, you want to laugh. And you gotta giggle off sometimes. You know, I know you're just sitting there laughing inside. Thinking,
Hey, kids, don't up. It's a bad idea.
You did a little more than fuck up, my man. You were trying to chase a child.
Hamburger helper, man.
You're talking about taking her virginity. You talk about how sex can leave a nasty mess. You know, the experts would suggest
gross.
that when somebody does something like this, it's not their first time.
This is the first time, sir.
Joe, lose something.
Oh, you were playing back Mitchell's camera. There's the
You got that, right? You had it to leave, right? Can you do that? Yeah.
All
right, here, look.
Each time we do one of these, it seems we have more cameras, better technology. And Fortune, Georgia was no different. We had 12 cameras, 5 of them outside, 7 inside. And the house was set up in a really good way
refill
for
my
us.
drink, guys. I'll let you
Go
watch
ahead.
it.
I made some sweet tea. It's on the table. I just got to put this stuff in the washer real quick.
In Georgia, the treat, if you will, was sweet tea, which is popular in the South. Resta Cruz comes in, sees the tea, pours himself a glass, and makes himself right at home.
Is it a
Iced tea?
Oh, how you doing, sir?
Good. How much have a seat?
Yes, sir.
Well, who are you here to see?
I was going to meet her. Let's see.
Meet who?
Your daughter.
My daughter.
Yes.
What makes you think it's my daughter?
I was just fooling around, sir.
Resta Cruz makes it clear online that he knows what he's doing is wrong. He even tells the decoy not to tell her parents about their meeting because, in his words, it could be considered.
I was just fooling around, sir. With your daughter. I was just fooling around. If that was my daughter, I have boys, but if that was my daughter, I would have this guy's head.
Statutory rape. So you ever been with an old guy before? No, I need you to stay in the chair, please. Please.
Good, Rich. Hi. Thank you so much for joining us.
Just sit down, please.
Please, sir. I'm divorced. I just divorced yesterday.
You're divorced?
Yes.
And you have children?
Yes.
And how old
And
are your
that's a
children?
reason? So being divorced is a reason to go after kids?
3.
How old?
3.
3. Please, why don't you just have a seat in the chair? When I get there, I know the first thing that I will want to do is take a shower so we can take the shower together. I will undress you and you will undress me.
Please, sir.
For a
Gross.
virgin to have sex, it hurts, so it's better if I put some extra lubricant.
Sir, please. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I don't know.
It's a good thing I'm monetized because this stream will be taken down so
I
fast.
wasn't going to leave. I swear. I was going to tell it, but I cannot do it.
Well, that's not consistent with what's here, page after page after page. Now, you're in the military,
Yes, sir.
and you've been to Iraq?
Yes, sir.
Well, you joined the military. You were expected to uphold a certain level of behavior.
Yes, sir. I will do it from now on, sir. I swear.
Why should I believe that? During my talk with him, Resta Cruz actually gets down on his knees. And I didn't think about it at the time, but looking at the tape, it was almost as if he was getting into the POW position. And this was a military guy who had served in Iraq. So it made sense that, you know, when in trouble, you revert to this position. And I honestly think that's what he was doing.
I promise you, with my life.
You're talking about taking her virginity. You talk about how sex can leave a nasty mess. You know, the experts would suggest that when somebody does something like this, it's not their first time.
It's the first time, sir. I swear.
Oh,
It's the
congrats.
first time.
You ever watch
Safe
television?
travels.
Yes, sir.
You ever watch
Thank you
Dateline
for
NBC?
watching.
How about the cops and everything? I know.
You ever see the Catch a Predator show?
I like
Yes,
to
I'm
watch
a
YouTube when I'm
sir.
traveling. in the
I'm Chris
Caribbean.
Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story. Now, if there's anything else you'd like to say,
Sir,
I'd like to
please.
hear it. Otherwise, you're free to walk right out of this house.
No, sir, can I go?
Yes,
Oh, look at his
Please don't
face.
put this.
He was stunned when he said, "You otherwise you're free to go." The look at his face, he was like, "What? I'm free to go." He was certain he was going to be arrested, not knowing that he's going to be outside.
Don't put this in TV, please.
No decisions have been made yet.
Please. I swear I will never do this again.
I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
I can't lie. I wish I had that sweet tea. It looks good. It's a bubbly. Or bouble, however you say it.
Get on the ground. Please, get on the ground now. Get down.
And life is over.
What's your rank in the military? Staff sergeant. Staff sergeant? Yes. You recognize this receipt?
Yes, sir.
Is it something you purchased? Is all this stuff in the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
The Coke, the webcam. How about Trojan? Is that Trojan condoms?
Yes, sir.
So you brought condoms with you?
Yes, sir.
If the guy talks about having sex with a young teen online and talks about bringing webcams or condoms or alcohol or food and then brings them, that makes the case pretty strong. So obviously the law enforcement investigators want to confiscate that material so they have it as evidence to use down the road during a trial.
I'm looking for the key to turn it on.
Kyle, take it.
You mind that? Is it hot back there?
Yeah.
I think you'd look best in see-through top, lacy thong-type panties, stockings, and heels.
Yeah.
Oh, really? That actually kind of sounds like fun. You get to travel and see the country. But I wouldn't like to be home alone a lot
7
either.
miles out.
There are a number of logistics issues in Georgia. And Emily had to go back to college. So she left. Our producer, Lynn Keller, has a sister who lives not far away, who has a son who's a teenager, who had a friend who was a young woman. She got some training from Perverted Justice, and she became our on-site decoy.
That hoodie has been on more television than any other hoodie in history, I think.
So do I need to hide my hair?
What I would do is I would go ahead and suggest pull it back in a ponytail.
Okay. Does anybody have an extra ponytail holder?
Yeah, I've got like 87 in my bag, so take mine for now.
She should put the black wig on anyway.
But she's tan enough where she can actually maybe pass as light skinned from a distance, you know?
Yeah, but the picture is dark.
Put the hair on and then the hat. Okay.
Hold it and tilt your head forward into it and kind of whip it back on. You like a swim cap? I'm up, right?
Oh, wow.
We're gonna, yeah.
He's not gonna want to stay.
That's a look.
Have a hat. At least that covers most of it. That's
Yeah,
fair.
the hat
The hat does wonders for that wig.
Yeah, it's a bad wig.
Okay.
Well, that's actually okay.
Yeah, so.
But from a distance, I guess it's okay.
And you do it now. This time, when you're doing that, all you're gonna let be seen is with your hoodie, wherever he is, you're gonna do this. So all you can see is your arm, and you're gonna do the whole, hey, come on in. But keep yourself completely behind this so we can see an outline of a figure.
Okay.
When you hit this mark, you don't even want to have your foot out. Literally, again, just your arm from the sleeve down can be seen by the door. That's all you want to be visible. And if you want to do the back of your hair because it's going to be black, that's fine, but nothing else.
Okay.
You're going to stay far enough away from him that there's no time that he ever has a shot of you like this.
Okay.
All right, Amanda. Tractor trailer coming down the road. Get ready. Get your basket. Get to the door. The white semi is him.
All right, so let him turn off the engine. You won't be able to hear anything until he cuts the engine. Okay, he's here.
I've never seen anything like this. We know Myrick's a truck driver based on the conversation. We know he's going to show up in a truck, but I didn't think we were going to see this massive semi-tractor, rumbling diesel comes up and he puts the parking brake on and
That's amazing.
climbs down, and here he is.
That would be beautiful. I live in Canada, so Australia sounds beautiful, except for all the huge bugs that, want to kill you. But other than that, sounds great.
Hey, you made it.
I don't see how. I didn't see that rabbit.
Come on in. I'm just getting some laundry out. Make yourself at home. I made some sweet tea sitting on the counter right there. Have a seat. I'm just getting these clothes out real quick.
Oh, yeah.
They continue this conversation from one room to the other, and it allowed us to kind of get a sense for what kind of a guy this was and what he was up to, and it also allowed her to be in the next room out of the way.
Well, I would love to go for a ride sometime.
I'd love to take you. Him to take you. There's a lot of stuff out there to see.
I bet.
Where exactly were you going to take her in that truck of yours?
She wants to go. She wants to go for a ride. I'll take her for a ride. I mean, nothing. I mean, no harm time. Do nothing. I shouldn't be doing. I mean, she's just, perfect. Nothing else.
This guy is high as a kite. Motor mouth to the umpteenth degree.
No pervert.
No, I mean, she went for a ride, take her for a ride. Try not to be disrespectful.
He is a motor mouth. He was almost like a cartoon
Yeah.
character. He was talking so fast it was hard to understand what he was saying. You own that rig yourself?
No, sir.
So you work for a company that owns that rig?
Yes, sir.
And how do you think they'd take to the fact you're out driving that rig around, going to meet a 15-year-old girl?
Well, they was looking on it as in a bad note.
How did you meet her?
I just met her. I was on the computer. Met her
on the computer.
Yes, sir.
And you often get on the internet and chat up teenage girls?
I don't get on the internet. She's the first girl I talk to.
You know how many times I hear that?
You hear it all the time.
Right.
Why should I
Oh
believe
my
you?
God.
Yeah, I get on, one day or 2 days a month. If when I do come in town, I come home maybe once a month.
Yeah.
It was 3 minutes into the internet conversation when she told you she was 15.
Can you imagine being a 15-year-old girl and having this show up at your house?
So you knew all the way through this that she was 15 years old.
And I told you, I said, what?
All right, hang on. You say, well, I do think you're damn sexy, and was wanting to know if you have ever had sex.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you did. I have it all right here, so you might as well just tell me right now.
I ain't disputing it. No, I ain't disputing. I'm just damn. That's just fun to the conversation, And
what attracted you to this particular girl?
Well, when I got talking to her, to be honest with you, it was her just the way she was just intelligent. It's like I guess she just came, mature. She's like she had a lot of head.
She seemed mature.
She just like she had a lot of head on her shoulders. She was easy to talk to. And
I think you'd look best in see-through top, lacy thong type.
You mean she was actually giving you attention when no other woman would? I see.
Panties, stockings, and heels.
Oh, I feel, yes.
It sounds like you thought you had a hot prospect for a sexual liaison.
I told myself, I went down here, get down there and just talk to her, get, friendly with her, be friends with her.
I think you probably have a very nice ass as well.
I know I said some things. I mean, I just fell into the conversation. I ain't gonna say anytime no excuse for the things I said because I fell into the conversation. She totally, it was wrong.
And honestly, if you were able, I'd take you with me on trips.
I mean, I was wrong, and I fell into the conversation, and I fell into the conversation.
I need to tell you that I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on adults
Yes.
who try to meet young teens on the internet. If there's anything else you'd like to tell us, we're happy to hear it. And if not, you're obviously welcome to walk out the door you came in.
No, sir, I mean, like I said, I told myself I went down here just talk to her, get to know her, don't just stay away from the sexual overtones, talk to her.
So you were trying to protect her?
No, trying to tell myself.
Oh, you're telling yourself?
I went down,
I didn't see any mentoring going on.
On the way down here, I was telling myself, Joe, you get down there, talk to her, just, and I know you go to jail.
About
why were you?
How goofed up her directions were.
She's like she had a lot of head.
She seemed mature.
Well, she just,
when someone comes in and immediately they've been in trouble before.
Can you use your restroom? Yeah. I'll ask my guy.
Sorry.
Get on the ground now. All the way down. All the way down. Yes, sir. Hands back. Yes, sir. Let's get up there.
They find cocaine in his truck, and that may explain why he was talking a mile a minute in my earlier conversation with him. Myrick had
That would explain it.
a long rap sheet for crimes, including felony drug possession and about 6 misdemeanors. He'd been in trouble before.
Can you use your restroom?
Oh, what you at?
Come see.
Okay. Yeah, I know what this is.
Put me up, please. I need you.
Yeah, I know what this was. I just went to test it. That's all.
Okay, no, sir.
Hey, I knew what it was.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Hey, come on. Say what? Oh, I just gotta put this in the wash real quick. But I made some sweet tea if you want some.
Oh, this guy knows something's up.
It is good.
Oh,
Well, it's just gonna take a minute. Go on in. Huh? Oh, okay.
We think he left his car running. He's going back to turn it off, and he's going to come in. That's what we believe.
Christopher Cannon doesn't hang out for very long. When someone comes in and immediately asks to use the restroom, it creates a problem for us. I mean, you'd like to say, yeah, sure. But once that happens, you lose control of the situation and you don't know what he's doing in the restroom. You have no way of finding out. And so it's trouble for us.
Can you use your restroom?
Oh, what you at? Oh, yeah, I know what this is.
Put me up, please. I need you.
Yeah, I know what this was. I just went to test it. That's all.
Okay, no, sir.
Man, I know what it was. What do you think it was?
I just wanted to test it. What was the test? See how much trouble you get in?
Please! No! Get down! Get down! Put your hand behind your back. Put your hand behind your back. Okay, no. I really do. I just say about it. Just work it.
Christopher Cannon didn't stay for very long. He got scared and bolted. You would think the more investigations you do, the more people would know what's going on and the more people would flee. But actually, it's been the opposite. The more we do it, the fewer guys flee. And I'm not sure whether that's because they know that law enforcement is doing a parallel investigation and they're going to get arrested, so they're not in a big rush to run out there. Or whether in some cases they want to just get this off their chest. Just because Cannon didn't stick around and talk to me didn't mean he was out of trouble. Obviously, he was arrested by the police and did an interview with the police later, and we had access to that.
What we've got here, basically, you've been caught in a sting operation. Of course, that's why you're in handcuffs. Who are you coming to meet?
Whoever.
What was her name?
I can't. I'm so.
But you drove 115 miles.
I know. I kept saying to myself,
115 miles to meet a child.
33. So you're twice her age.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on doing it. I wasn't going to do anything. She kept talking about this swimming pool and chatting back with me, getting flirtations with me.
It doesn't matter what the shit she talked about. She could have told you she was naked in a goddamn hot tub. It doesn't mean you go.
A sexual conversation with a 15-year-old.
I really tried to avoid her when I first met her. Every time I get online, she initiate the conversation and, maybe, flirt a little bit. But
and you said you didn't initiate the conversation, but actually you did. She never talked to you. You said, hello, Natalie, because you saw her in the chat room. And how are you doing today?
Yeah, didn't initiate. Yeah, just chatting.
And you asked her if she's 29 and you asked her if she's wet now. Why would you care if a 15-year-old is wet?
Stupidity, man. I mean,
oh my God, that's gross.
You tell her you'll be gentle. What are you referring to when you're talking about being gentle?
Just being with her, nothing sexually touching her. No.
Chris, we've been doing this too long.
Yeah,
I understand. Y'all go.
I just saw you did sign across. I know you're probably a religious man,
I'm about to.
And you would probably feel better if you.
If it never happened.
Yeah, never happened.
It's funny. When I saw this on Dateline a few months ago or whatever.
You show up in the middle of it.
Yes, no, that is so sick.
Maybe you need some help. Maybe you need some help.
I'm saying it's just. I guess I was bored. I'm a director at my church. I can't believe this. It's going like a record or anything.
Yes, it will go on your record, and being bored is no excuse.
Charged.
You possibly need to get enrolled in some counseling for maybe you have an addiction with the internet and don't realize it. We live by it today. But I think you have a serious problem you need to get some help with, not at your church, but somebody that's professionally trained to treat this.
Here you have a guy who's a youth director at a church. The judge makes it very clear that you will not be going back to this job after engaging in this kind of activity.
I'm going to suggest to you that as a condition of this bond, that you find another position in your church until this is resolved. So working with minor children is not one from this point forward. Do you understand that?
I would hope so.
Okay.
Square that with what's on your MySpace website, where you talk about Jesus rocks.
That's the struggle.
I love this spoof thing we do with the phones now, but it takes forever to dial all these numbers.
You just couldn't make this up. There we are.
The technology
Saturday
is so old.
And there's this massive wildfire in Northern California. That causes a power outage, and that knocks all Yahoo chat rooms offline. So for like 9 hours, the perverted justice decoys couldn't do their jobs. Not only was that a problem for that day, it created a problem for the next day because the decoys couldn't make dates for Sunday. So this had a very serious impact on our investigation.
Hey, Matt. It's Angel. Where are you at?
After the date is made and the potential predator says he's in fact coming over, they always have a follow-up phone call. So we kind of have a better sense of when these guys are going to show up. Pib talked to Matthew Cogburn and kept track of Cogburn as he got closer to our hidden camera house.
Walking up the walk towards the door.
She may not even have the door.
All right, now back up. He's right there. Keep going.
Hi, come on. I just gotta put this in the dryer real quick.
Okay.
Just take a seat, because if I don't put this in the dryer, it gets really wrinkled. I'll get in a lot of trouble. Come on into the kitchen and take a seat. I even made some sweet tea. I'll get out.
All right.
Cogburn wanted a blonde, and Emily isn't naturally blonde. So we had to improvise and come up with a blonde wig for Emily to wear to be seen at the door when Cogburn shows up.
Did you have a hard time getting here?
Well, the road that I was looking for didn't show up.
My fault with the directions.
No. I got directions off my computer.
Why don't you have a seat there and get comfortable for that?
I had a feeling this was going to happen.
You had a feeling what was going to happen. Go ahead, sit down, please.
No,
Well, no, I need to talk to you about a couple of things, and I think you're going to want to talk about it. It's going to take a few minutes. So why don't you have a seat? Cogburn immediately recognizes me. It was one of the first investigations where we were seeing a number of guys who had seen previous To Catch a Predator investigations and had shown up and stayed and chatted anyway.
Is this going to be on the news?
I'm sorry, be on what?
Is this the national news, all that stuff?
Which one are you talking about?
All we're doing 13 or NBC.
NBC?
Yeah.
You mean like Dateline NBC?
Yeah.
Okay, you need to keep your hands out of your pockets. Go ahead, please sit down.
I've just been on the road 2 hours.
Okay. What was your plan here tonight?
I can't answer that as I want to because I've been in a struggle myself with what I want to do because I'm still a virgin and I just, I think it's stupid that I did this.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
22. And how old was the girl you were chatting with?
The girl said she was 13 or 14.
13 or 14. And you thought that it would be okay to come over here and visit a young girl home alone?
I wanted to think it was okay, but I just...
Now, I'm looking at this chat log here. 16 minutes into this discussion, you asked if she can do deep throat. Explain that to me.
No reason to explain.
No reason to explain. How do you feel about sex? You on birth control, or are you sticking with condoms? Here's a guy, looks like the kind of guy anybody would be, happy to have their daughter date. You look at his MySpace page. His hero is God. His motto is Jesus rocks. You got toys?
Is there a need?
Well, I want you to square that with what's on your MySpace website, where you talk about Jesus rocks.
That's the struggle one.
And heroes, God, duh.
You're going to do this.
Well, you need to know that I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on adults who try to meet teens online. If there's anything else you'd like to tell us, we'd like to hear it. Otherwise, you're obviously free to be on your way. As I'm finishing my conversation with Cogburn, I ask if, there's anything else he'd like people to know. And he turns and says,
Be careful. Keep jeans in your jeans.
Keep your what?
Jeans in your jeans.
Jeans in your jeans. That's your
I absolutely love that line. Keep your jeans in your jeans.
butt. And it took me a few minutes to figure out what he was talking about, but he meant jeans as in DNA matter, in jeans as in pants. And it's his clever way of saying, don't get yourself in one of these situations.
What's up with going out? Hang on.
Get down on
the
ground.
Matthew, how'd you go with the house today? I'm just curious. I pulled up in front of the house like she had said, and got out, and she was coming out the door, and I saw she had a wig on. I was like, this is odd. And I had a little bit of suspicion before I even got there. Did you engage with the gentleman that talked to you? Yeah. What happens with that, I don't know. I'm just asking me questions about it. Just trying to. I took offense to it. I thought he was trying to put me down. And I was going to walk out initially. After this, I've been in a, I'm not gonna say a mental struggle, but I didn't solely deep down and have any intentions to do anything. I enjoy meeting new people.
Oh, bullshit.
And as weird as it sounds, I've been able to talk the way I talked, and this is my punishment. I finally got it.
In his interview with the detectives, he says that the most important thing that he's got to do is call his employer and say that he can't make it in for work. I mean, on almost every level, he seems like a diligent kid, but for this behavior online and the fact that he showed up to have this date.
You say you're a virgin?
Yes, sir.
It gets pretty graphic here.
This is my dark side.
Okay. Well, we all tend to have one of those. Hey, and it can be overcome.
This is
It's so nice.
It's a hurdle. It's a hurdle.
Well, this is my slap in the face to wake up, stop. I mean, I don't know what to say.
I wouldn't have this kind of patience.
So you're saying it's normal to have sex with a 13-year-old girl?
No, sir. I didn't say that at all. I'm just saying that would be the cleanest,
This guy's the worst.
best pleasure.
Cleanest, best pleasure.
My perfect buddy, Cody, he's a parolee.
We know before Cody Green even gets there that he could be trouble. He's got a history with police. He was on probation for drunk driving. He tells me in our discussion that he got into trouble again for, I guess, leaving the scene of an accident. And here he is, about to get in trouble yet another time.
He's not coming for the handcuffs. He's coming for the other thing.
He wants to be Chris Hansen.
Cody Green shows up in this fairly new, expensive, Cadillac SUV.
Look at him, and he looks fairly young.
Come on here.
Driving a
Yeah, we'll
Cadillac.
stop dropping in the washer. But I know it's a sweet tea. Come on in.
comes in, he's got his cap on, and he's ready to do his dream date.
Yeah, I made some tea and it's on the table. Did you bring me my chocolate?
Yeah, I know. It's amazing, right?
Hey! Why don't you just step right over there, please? She had a seat right in that chair. Please, sit down.
I'm in agreement with this.
I need you to sit down, and you can tell me all about it, I promise.
Please, sir, I really drove this far for no reason.
You drove this far for no reason?
I swear to you, I asked her, and I swear to you, I asked her this.
You asked who?
I asked Maddie.
Best excuse ever. Really, sir, I drove this far for no reason.
Take your time. I'm going to let you explain the whole thing.
I said, if this is really not what you're looking for, I really want you to tell me that, because I will come over and I swear I will just be with you and I will not touch you, anything like that.
Hey, jackasses, kids can't give
That's what I
consent.
said, and I can prove that to you. I will show it to you.
Doesn't matter what you
Please,
said.
I swear, sir, I'm a desperate person. I need a girl in my life, and if she really wanted to be my friend, that would be all I needed from her. I've never hurt anyone. I've never done anything. I would not have hurt her.
Now, what did you bring with you?
Chocolate, like she asked me.
He's most likely there to get food for the decoy. I think she said that's what I think you're supposed to do.
And
white chocolate.
Yes, sir. That's what I told her I was bringing.
What about condoms?
Yes, sir. I have them also, but that was not my intention. I swear to you, sir.
What were you going to use the condoms for?
She told me to bring them also.
So you did everything just because she told you?
Yes, sir. I swear to you, that is the reason for it.
Then why did you send her pictures like this?
Because she asked me to.
She asked you to send
She
pictures?
didn't ask me to send me pictures. I know.
Right. So there's a big difference between sending a photograph of yourself and sending pictures of your genitals. It's not like the decoys are asking to be sent these pictures. I mean, these guys offered right up. Did you say you are ready to have my thang in your mouth?
Yes, sir.
What do you mean by that?
Are you ready to have my in your mouth? Pretty much what I meant. Because she was going with it. So
she wanted it.
I love how Chris makes them explain the most obvious things just to embarrass them. It's so funny.
That's what it
It's
seemed
her
like to
fault.
me.
She says, you don't mind I'm a virgin? You say, if you don't mind me taking it from you, I actually would love it and never have been with a virgin.
I know it's not respectful, but I was just asking her if she wanted to do that online. This is not even like I was just looking for girls that were this young and I was looking to get in trouble and everything like this, because I was telling her this. I was like, this is illegal on phone conversations, online and stuff like that. And I was like, you swear to me, you're not going to get me in trouble. And I swear I will never disrespect you, is what I was pretty much meaning to.
So you're the victim there?
No, sir, I'm not the victim. I came here for reasons like that. But if she really didn't want it, sir, I swear to you, I would have never tried it.
But if she was open to the idea,
yes,
you would have had sex with a 13-year-old girl?
Probably, yeah.
Why? Because it's so alluring to have sex with a 13-year-old girl?
It's just something that you'll probably never have again. That would be probably the cleanest, best pleasure, I would say.
The cleanest, best pleasure is to have sex with a 13-year-old.
Yeah, he just said that. The cleanest, best pleasure to have sex with a 13-year-old
girl.
Yes, sir.
You can't meet any girls who are 20 years old?
No, sir, I really can't.
You got that nice truck out there?
Yes, sir.
Got the clothes thing going on?
That's material, sir. Girls look deeper for what they want.
Well, there's something you got to know. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. Have you seen one of our computer predator shows before?
No, sir.
This is one of them. We're doing stories on adults who try to meet teens on the internet for sex.
Exactly.
If there's anything else you want to tell us, we'd like to hear it.
Too
If not,
young
you're
to
obviously
consent.
free to walk out that door.
Free, put your hands up. Hands up, down the ground. On the ground. Yeah, straight out. Legs behind. All the way. There you go. All the way.
Go back out here. Put your legs.
Based upon the items found in his SUV, it looked like Cody Green was planning to spend the night. He had spare clothes, condoms, everything was there.
Watch it. Follow him.
He is not backing down, Cody Green. Gives the cameraman the finger. He's defiant until the end.
What's your right hand for?
You're such a cool dude, guy. I'm telling you.
And we're gonna need you to take a shower, shampoo, and change out and put on the black and white uniform.
You get caught once, you take your punishment, you get some help, and you move on with your life. But you get caught twice. That raises serious questions about your ability to be rehabilitated. I think a lot of these guys, once they're caught, realize how stupid it was for them to do it. Some of these guys just don't ever think it could happen to them. Police, FBI, they do these investigations across the country every day, but they can only be in so many places. So the odds are overwhelmingly in the potential predator's favor of not getting caught. In spite of the challenges, we still had 24 guys show up in like 4 days. Some of these guys got
24 in 4 days
in prison.
That's nuts. Convicted of molestation, 17 years probation, $1,000 fine. $5 years in jail with 25 years of probation. 5 years in jail and 15 years probation for this guy. 5 years and 15 for that guy, and 5 years and 15 probation for that guy. Wow. 4 years in jail and 16 for probation for him. Matthew Cockburn. And what this guy to get? He's yet to be tried. He pleaded guilty to the following charges: criminal attempt to commit child molestation, criminal commits statutory rape, and criminal attempt to commit sodomy. Wow. In August, he was arrested in a neighboring county for exposing himself to an 8-year-old girl in a swimming pool. Faces additional charges of child molestation and public indecency. He is in custody and had to enter a plea. Oh my God. So we know what type of guy he is. Like, that's pretty clear. Well, that was interesting. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go. I am just not feeling this tonight. I don't know if I'm just not feeling well or what, but I'm going to go. But thank you guys so much for joining me, and I really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button on your way out and the notification bell so you don't miss anything else I put out. And if you guys like this, anybody watching in the replay, please let me know in the chat so I know. My dog is growling at something, I don't know what. And let me know so I know if you guys like this. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and have a good night. Bye, guys.